Hello and welcome. I'm Bill Wake. We're here working on Dungeons and Patterns. It's a role-playing game in the Dungeons and Dragons style, designed to be an online version rather than use a human to guide you through things. We've been at it for a while. We're to the point where we've got the puzzles in the rooms, and the rooms are connected, and there's kind of a hidden map, and you can solve the puzzles and do some actions, but we haven't really kept track of which rooms are solved. And I guess you might say this is a little bit of, it's kind of a tiny bit of infrastructure. I need it to help with two problems. One is that if you haven't solved a room, I would like to hide some of the doors that you could go to. So sort of secret passages that only unlock if you solve the puzzle. The other is, as you're going through, this thing has levels, and we'd like to make sure that you've solved a certain number of puzzles before we let you go down to a new level. So we added the capability last time to keep track of the solved rooms. So there's data structure to support it, but there's no actions that support it. So if you have the solved rooms, you can figure out whether you can go down, and you can figure out whether you should show rooms. So we'll tackle those. All right, let's go over to the IDE. All right. So our mission is keep track of solved rooms, and then maybe show locks for certain doors, and doors stay locked until a condition is met. I think I want to do that one first. This is really can't change level until a condition is met. All right. Let's see. I think we're in pretty good shape. I did a little work after the session the other day. Let's see if I can find. So we had the notion. We had some confusion around creating new states, and we added in this set of solved rooms. And it's like, oh, I got all these things in my constructor for this thing. It's really annoying to have to update all these constructors. So instead, what we did was we defined the notion of a default state, and then in your test, you could just kind of override particular fields you needed to make the test work. So we finished that last time. Then offline, I did the same for game. There's a default game now, and I think a default room or an unknown room by default. And there may be one or two regular kind of manually constructed ones out there, but for the most part, I think we got rid of all that. So just a simplification, a refactoring that will make our testing easier and make our code a little more resilient when it changes. I don't know that I want to add much else to the state, but it's got plenty of stuff already. Okay. Let's see. That's running, so we can do a demo real quick here. Okay, so when you enter, and I haven't dealt with what happens before, but you enter and there's a description. Here's a box. The room has a box. There's a button. The button says, say my name. You got several things you can choose to do. Let's press the button. Identical box appears nearby. And you would go through as much as you wanted to on those. And you might decide this is closest to a prototype. So it's sort of metaphorical views of design patterns. And we've got that pattern right. Well, it's nice we printed right. And if we go to a different room, there's no way back on that one. Well, okay. If we go here, let's solve the pattern proxy, and I'll go to another room, and I'll go back to this one. It still knows it's a proxy. We kept track of that, but we didn't keep track of, hey, you actually solved this room. All right. So we'd like to do that. All right, the artwork is Steve Metzger and I put this together years ago, and just some hand sketched pictures of these situations. All right. So let's start with to do. Keep track of solved rooms. All right. So one thing is we've got the data structure. We've got a set of room names. But what we don't do is we don't have anything that happens when you guess and get it right. Okay, so the the way the Elm architecture works, you split view and update. Update says, give me a message and a model, and I'll produce a new model and a new command. And in our case, the command or the message guess pattern, we insert guesses. Okay, so we've got basically we're keeping track of the guess that they made in this room, but that's it. Okay. And what we want to do is if they guess correctly, we don't just want to keep track of the latest guess. When they guess correctly, we want to credit them for a solved room. And I'm not 100% sure what's the best way to get that done, but we'll certainly start with a test. So we got main, and there should be a main test here. I'm still a little sloppy on input, these exposing things. This isn't bad. HTML attributes, I'm willing to let those go and that. But in general, I've been a bit sloppy. So let's see how we're doing over here. Main state test. Yeah. I don't know. All right. So here's the test. Update go to room guess pattern. Updates the guess when the current room has no guess. Updates the guess when the current room has a guess. Okay. Updates the actions, loads the game, generates lists of options. Okay. This is actually a view one, and I haven't been testing the views too much. All right, but what we want to do is handle the guess pattern case. And if we go to state, okay, right now nobody references solved. Maybe there's a test that does to make sure you can put stuff in, but nobody's using it in the production code. And we would like to change that. So if somebody guesses the pattern when the current room has no guess. Okay, they expect equal. So we start with room 1 visited is the default, and it just has current room 1. I think that's part of the default state room. Okay. Let's change that. We'll default it to that. Let's work with, no, I don't want to touch all this now. I should be willing to work with default state room. So let's do that and see if we can get this test updated. Okay, if we use room, we don't have to worry about current state, and this should be room, and a number of tests should break. Let's get the tester started. All right. Update go to room goes there. Room 1 visited. We expect to have room and room 2. If they guess the pattern and room has observer, I'll change any of these room 1s should be updated. All right, and let's change this name. How about visited already visited room. Okay. Save that. And let's put it in local 3. Okay. All right, now the real story. Okay. So if they guess the pattern observer, well, already visited a room. I'm afraid our default game, let's go look at that thing. Game, room, unknown. So this one, dictionary to room name, it has no rooms at all. Or, yeah, it's got the starting room, but it doesn't really have information on the room. It's unknown room. You're stuck, and we have nothing for a puzzle. Okay, so we need to make an example when there's a puzzle. All right, and I don't know if I should split this. Should I make this one test or not? Okay, so the update is we guess observer in a room we've already visited, and we want to make sure this shows up in the map. And that it updates. These don't look very different to me. Update guest parent already visited. Expect equal. Visited guest is dictionary room. Oops. That looks like 2 identical tests. Okay. We need to update that room to have an already visited. Okay. So I'm going to put already visited room, pipe that to update with that as the last argument. Okay, so now we're giving it a room where we've already guessed observer, and we expect it still equal to observer. I don't know. This is a boring test to me because it's a set, and pretty much definition of a set. Oh, we want local. Yeah. Okay. But our case, we want a more complicated thing. We want update guest pattern already visited room. I think I need a room with a puzzle. Oh. Okay, do I want a new one or can I just update it in place? I think I'm going to create a new one because it's complicated enough to get a game, and we got a room to an unknown room. I think I need a room with a puzzle. Okay, so let's say room with puzzle is, it's a room, well, it's unknown room with the puzzle equals, and we'll make a puzzle. Puzzle is a dialogue and a list. This is room.unknown room. Maybe it's just not happy that I haven't fixed it yet. We'll take a puzzle with, let's do dictionary from list empty. We're not going to worry about dialogue. And the answer, a pattern name is, I guess we want to make it be observer. See what the syntax error is. I started parsing a record. Oh, it doesn't like the name like that, interestingly. Do I have puzzle? List. Oh, it's just a list. Unknown room. Why is it complaining about puzzle? Well, that's funny. Oh. Just puzzle. Okay. All right, now I'm using a room with a puzzle. I can put that in my default state. Well, I need to put it, the game needs to change. Default game with the map. Let's go from room to room with puzzle. Okay. Now I have a game with the puzzle. I can put that in my already visited room. And even that seems funny to me. My default state maybe ought to be just that. Okay, but let's try it here. So update guest pattern when current room has no guests. All right, if we do already visited room, where game equals game with puzzle, and we'll pipe that, or whatever they call the function operator here. Pipe that to there. That seems like the right thing. Okay, let's focus on this test. So we have a room with no guests. We guess correctly. Now maybe, well, all right, I'm gonna change my tune here, and I'm gonna say, let's test this a little separately. So I don't know if I want to say marks room solved when guess is correct. And that's lambda. Okay. Now I want to take my already visited room. All right, I need already visited room with all right, I guess I gotta have game equal game puzzle. And I need solved to equal from list observer. Okay. This should fail. Hopefully for the right reason. Oh, I don't have my command none. Mark room solved when guess is correct. Okay. Let's read this, make sure it looks plausible to us. I guess set from list observer solved. Okay. Yeah, we have solved here. It does not have the observer in it, and we expected to get it because we guessed right. So let me change the name a little bit. Let's make that game with observer puzzle. So I'm going to make it room with observer puzzle too, but observer puzzle and room with observer puzzle. Just to make the test a little more clear. I guess update guess pattern marks room solved when guess is correct. Okay, so you take the already visited room, add in the game with the observer puzzle, you guess observer, you should have that in there, but we don't. I'm gonna move this forward. Just trying to emphasize the part that really is changing in an interesting way. Okay, should still fail for the same reason. Yep. Oh no, is something else wrong? Oh yeah, there is. We need we should, our guesses should be this, because it does add to the guess. Okay. All right. So I don't know how I do this in multiple lines. Solved equals that. Game equals that. And guesses equals that. Should reformat for me. Okay, yeah, that's better. All right, now it fails, but now the only difference is here. The observer is not in the guess. Okay. Oh, slow to get here, sorry, but I think we're here. All right, now the place that it's not happening, well, the one that we want to fix, guess pattern. Okay, so what we're saying, so this solved is a list of room names so that we can map them across to the rooms when we need to. But we're inserting to guesses, which is fine. Although guesses is probably the last guess. Yeah, don't know. I mean, it's really the guesses for each room that's been attempted. What is the current guess? Okay. Well, we update guesses in our state. Okay, but we don't update solved. So what is solved? Well, let's put this down here. Let's see how it reformats there. Okay. Solved. I don't know how slow I'm going to be here, but I got to do something. Solved is well, it's really the model. It's really the current solution plus possibly the new guess. Oh. Okay. Well, can I get to model.solved? All right. So I could just, this is what I have currently in effect. I leave solved alone, whatever state it was. But I want to do, well, I want to do something I don't know how to do. Set. I want to add something to it. Okay, I can create a singleton value. Member. Well, okay. What I'm trying to do is I want to say if the guess equals the solution, then I want to insert that into my set. Okay. So insert, but I only want to do that if it does. If I had a set of these things, I mean, maybe I should be doing a union because it might be easier to get the set of matching answers. Is there one that takes a property? Comparable. Filter. Well, okay, this gives me a set. If I had, like, somehow I have to get the right answer. I need a set that either has nothing in it because there was no right answer, or the right answer because it was there, and then I can union them. That would be one way. I think that's what I want to do. All right, let's let's let solved equal set.empty in this. Okay, so I'm kind of getting there piecemeal, I guess. I want this to really be the set. Well, if I had this room solution. Okay, that's what I really want, is the set of right answers from this room. If I had that, I could definitely take set.union of model.solved and this room solution and make my answer. Okay. The problem is right now this is not correct. This is well, it makes me want to do a different test. Which is almost this test. So instead, what I want to do is leave the solution alone when it's not the right answer. And actually, let's be even more explicit. Wrong answer. Okay. So the solved is going to be empty because you haven't done anything. And the guess is going to be room and wrong answer. Okay. I'm going to comment this test out. I believe this test should pass. Okay, what do I know? Oh, that's not the right one. Here we go. Guess is correct. Guess is correct. Why am I not at the bottom? Yeah, this one passed. Okay. I think I got thrown off quite a bit the other day because it apparently just, it doesn't always get you to the bottom when it updates, and I don't see an option on here to do it. So, okay, but if you guess the wrong answer, you record that you guessed it. It's your most recent guess, but you don't get any solution credit. Okay, and that's consistent with this. Now this one, okay, it's still wrong. Okay, same reason, but now I want to say this thing is, all right. So I have the pattern name. If, all right, I guess I got to look at my structure and make sense of it. Okay, so in game, let's take room. Has puzzle answer. Answer of room. Well, that we want to do the current room. Does game have an answer? Answer. So give me the game and the room name. I will tell you If there's an answer, I'll give it to you. Okay, so if I don't know the right way to do this. Okay, somehow I'm going to have to say game.answer of, and I got to have the model, right? I wanted to get model.current room. But game should already know that, right? I guess not. I guess I got to give it the current room. Okay. Then game.answer model current room is a maybe. Okay, it's maybe a pattern name. So I gotta get, well, okay, I guess I'm gonna have to do my answer. I'm gonna have to do case answer of. Okay, so, oops. Okay, of. If I get back something that says nothing, then I want to return set.empty. If I get case, the case, nothing goes to set.empty, and just pattern name, then we want to do set.singleton of pattern name. Is that legit? So room. What's the issue here? Case this of nothing. Have I not been exhausted? Exhaustive. I think I do it like that. I was expecting to see the in keyword next. Let me check the syntax on the case statement. Case just, maybe I should use that. Nothing goes, anything else goes to. Oh, they don't like that. 71, 78. Okay, let's this is really the answer name. Is that going to help? The first pattern causes a mismatch. Nothing. First trying to match a maybe value, match nothing with values of type maybe A. Game.answer. Oh, I got to get the game from the model. model.game. Oh, okay. Now your problem is something what answer name is never used. Okay, I think maybe I'll have to do this. All right, what's the matter? Oh, set.empty. Okay. I don't know if I've gone too far here. If there is no guess, if there is no answer, then there's no puzzle, I should say, in this room. This really can't happen, but if there is no puzzle, then we're just going to return an empty set. And otherwise, we get an answer name that the game.answer gives us. It says, oh, the answer is actually this. We're checking if they're equal, then we return the singleton, and otherwise the set.empty. Okay, I don't know if you can find a way to peel apart. It would be nice if I could just say, if this is just answer name, then do something, but I think I have to do it this way to get the pattern matching. All right, I do expect this to pass. Okay. Well, okay, so I guess we've got what we've wanted. If we add things to that set, I mean, we could break out more cases, if there's one in there already, and do that. It's only additive, so the only way you go bigger is if you have a wrong, if you guessed wrong before or haven't guessed, and now you guess and you get it right, it gets added in. If you guess wrong, it's not added in. So I think that's what we want so far. I mean, that gives us something. I don't like. Let me change this. Let's make this guess. Guessed answer. Okay. Given that's happy, let's check in. So I would say we've make state store correct answers. Okay. We usually take a break around about now, so let's take a 2-minute break. We'll come back and we will work on, well, I guess we've done this. We keep track of the solved rooms, but now I want to use them. Can't change levels or show locks for secret doors. Certain doors stay locked till the puzzle is solved. I think that's the same thing. At most end guesses, I don't know if I want to do that one. If somebody's determined just that they're guessing at random until they get it right, like, what are you doing? But okay. Let's see. Oh, I think I did this too. The air horn picture after I met with you all. Okay. So can't change the level. I'm gonna make a command decision. Show locks for secret doors only after you solve a puzzle. All right. That'll have some fun. Maybe I'll change my mind in break. Anyway, 2 to 3 minutes. See you then. Hi, welcome back. All right. Yeah, so I guess I should have said, why am I resisting either one of these? Well, if I show locks for secret doors, I somehow have to tell the room which doors are secret. And that means I have to modify the game. No, it means I have to modify the room. So it needs something to tell it, like, are you a secret room, or a secret door? Well, no, that's not on here, is it? Hmm. Well, it kind of is. I guess the whether it's a secret or not is is a function of the room. Let's see if I can go to a map. Okay. So the door might be secret in, well, let's take 1C. The door to 1L might be secret going from C to L, but it might not be secret going from L to C. And that is exactly what I want to do in this case. So I want to let you get this far, but you can't go farther. You can't go past F, B, G, C, or C until you've solved F or C puzzles. Um, if you want to get into the hallway, you have to solve the puzzle. And maybe I should just make it the one, but I definitely want it to be a one-way kind of thing. That if you somehow got in the hallway, you'd be allowed to go into F through this door, even if you were unable to get there through B. Okay. So what that tells me is I have to add some information to the room. I think maybe it's like hidden exits or something like that. Um, and that complicates displaying them a bit. I mean, it's got implications. um, Also, room is part of our file, so we have to deal with reading the JSON to take this into account. Okay, so um, that's that's that issue. Okay, this one can't change the level until a condition is met. Well, again, so 1G is meant to be the way down. We don't want to let you downstairs until you've solved, say, 5 puzzles. Um, but there's nothing in the file that indicates that G is a way down. So let's go to the JSON 1G. Okay, it has exits B, C, and I put 2A. 2A is the new level. Well, there's no concept of levels yet. Um, and that's a bit of a problem. So yeah, I put in some dummy dialogue, or some, default dialogue. Open the door, you can go down the stairs. The door closes, you hear an avalanche. Okay. But that's not a puzzle, really. And I think what I need is a whole new concept of a room that is a way down. And I think probably it it has text if it's a way down. All right. And if it's not present, or it has empty text, uh, maybe it's just, if it's not present, then it is not a way down. Okay. And there is no text, then we don't need this answer stuff. I guess we need to indicate which room is the target. So it's more than, yeah, we'll have to work out something. Okay. It's definitely a weird situation, but more to the point, it changes the structure of the game. So both paths change the structure of the game. So I gotta deal with that, which is annoying. Okay. Um, in that sense, I think I want. Well, given all that, I think the way down might be the better challenge. Um, because I think what's going to happen is, if there is a way down, then if they qualify, they get the text. Okay. And then there's some sort of button that says go down the stairs. Okay. I guess the button comes first, and if they click the button, then they get this. Well, what happens? Hmm. I guess this should really be on room 2A somehow. Let's see what happened. Yeah, that's not bad. We can work with that. Yeah, the description belongs on there, so the button doesn't have to. 1G. Okay. So I guess way down just needs to tell us, are you the way down? And I think the criteria to activate that button is not going to be in the description. That's a little weird. Maybe it should say that. Maybe it should be way down and how many puzzles do you need to solve? But we need to know which level it is too. Okay. Hmm. Well, I've talked before about multiple hats. There's the programmer hat, the game designer hat, and the sort of UI designer hat. This is a little bit in the programmer and a little tiny bit in the game design. All right. So I guess what I'm saying is here's a room description. It should have something about the way down. If I just gave you the 2A, the room you're going to, is that enough? I think it maybe is. So I'm saying way down is maybe room name. Okay. And we'll put it on the target room to describe what happened when you went down. We'll give you a button when you qualify. We're not saying what qualify requires, so that could be future stuff. And then, yeah, we can strip out this dialogue stuff. Okay. So if I say, way down could have this, or room could have this new field, a bunch of places are going to be like unhappy. Okay. Yeah. A lot of JSON decode unhappiness. With default. Unknown room. All right, let's see what we got here. Now you might like it if I would just, maybe we could define a test first that would generate the structure going in. I think that's okay too. But room.answer, here is maybe room. Well, okay, room here, we actually create a room for room tests. That's kind of reasonable, but it has no way down. Okay. I think I'm going to just work through the consequences of this stuff first. All right, room test 42. Well, I guess unknown room, we know that's not valid because we haven't said nothing for the way down. Okay, and then room test 42. Well, what's your problem? Room image description. Oh, I didn't put default room in for these tests. Let's do that. All right, I'm going to take this out. And the last nothing out of here. Okay. Gosh, I don't know. It's I feel like, oh, it's boring. I shouldn't show you me going through this stuff to clean it up. And yet if I do that, like all you ever see is me lost, which is probably the true state a lot of the time. But let's see. So I'm saying for this test, if you took the unknown room and you added a puzzle to it, and the puzzle is this stuff. All we're looking for is the puzzle answer, and therefore I don't think we need the rest. Okay, so I expect that to pass. Ooh. Oh, there it is. Okay. Okay, room with no puzzle. That's the unknown room as an example of that. And I think I'll move this test up. Room with no puzzle has no answer. Room knows. Room with puzzle knows its answer. Room knows its dialogue. Room.dialogue of sample room. Okay. I can let that exist like that. Well, every time I do, right, I'm making a little bit of trouble. Let's do unknown room with puzzle equal that. Still pass. Good. Okay. Sample room. Room has dialogue. Just puzzle. What's the deal? Room knows. I'm going to pull these up. Room knows when it has no dialogue. Okay. Room knows when it has a dialogue. Room knows its dialogue. Okay. And my room, just puzzle proxy. That's really sample room, I think. Sample room has dialogue. Yeah. So much for that theory. Room has dialogue. Expect false. Oh yeah, that one. That one is this. This one. Okay. I think I can make this sample room with puzzle equals just puzzle with a dialogue. And that. Okay. And this is sample room as well. Okay, so this one's just has dialogue. This one is give me the dialogue. All right. So if I were to take this comment off, I'm thinking I won't have as many failures. Room test 14. Unknown room doesn't have the thing yet. Okay, let's add that. Oh, I'm still not happy there. Okay, this is not a record. Unknown room. Room has images, description, maybe puzzle, list of room names, and nothing. Line 14. Unknown room. Puzzle. Room. I guess I'm going to put unknown room. This unknown room value, this is not a record. Unknown room value is maybe room name goes to room. Unknown room is maybe room name goes to room. Well, that seems like it's not noticing my nothing here. I don't really think rebuild does anything. All right, if you're Elm users and you're watching, feel free to tell me. Maybe room name goes to room, but it's piping to a function that expects room. Image, description, puzzle, exits, and maybe room name. Now, that's more like what I would expect in this case. Am I doing the same old thing? Let's try that. Nothing X. Yeah, that's correct. Now this, the JSON, I'm not surprised. I mean, that's. Oh, isn't that weird? Okay, watching for changes. Oh, that's the only problem now. Game.Elm has the decoder for room decoder. Okay, let's deal with game tests then. Okay, so I got a couple. Let's see, the room. Game can read JSON with a puzzle. And I got exits, but I don't have a way down. Do I have to? Well, let's get expected. Game.make room. Let's put nothing here, and we'll repair this later. Okay, but I'm saying nobody put an exit a way down in here, so it should just default to that. Okay, now this one, I'm going to put just 2A. And I'm making up a level name. Whoops. I gotta put it inside those parens. Okay. So I'm making up a way down. And the map with room 1 should say way down is 2A. And maybe I can let's do that. Just to kind of keep things flowing where they flow from. That's room 1. Game.make. Okay, let's see how that does. Should still fail. Okay. The problem is the room decoder. All right. Now we got sample code that should do it. All right. And where's game? Serialization's down here. Okay. So room decoder. Well, I think this case is like our other one. The name, the field is optional. wayDown. And the parser for it is just a string. But the default, like 108 has nothing for a default. This is a maybe pattern name, so we're going to make it a nothing. Okay, so if, whoops. We'll have to map it to adjust. Let's do this. Oh, what's my problem? Optional way. This should be very much like puzzle. Optional wayDown. Decode.map. We got json.decode.string. Defaults to nothing. And we got an extra paren in there, don't I? Okay. Now, I think this should pass both tests. I don't know if I can. Let me try this. No. Yeah, I think it's just going to pass both tests. All right. I guess I don't have to make things harder than they are. Okay. So I'm decoding this. All right. Now I know when I have a wayDown, I have either nothing or an actual string. Okay, so let's get that working in our dungeon here. Where's dungeon? JSON. Okay. It has no puzzle. This is not an exit. Oops. It's a wayDown. Okay. Oh, and maybe I should have. Let's. Is there an easy diff? Where is it? It's a compare. I'll take the history. Where's 1G? Okay. So 1G now describes a wayDown, and I want 2A to reflect that text. I'll just put the text here for a minute. Let's see, you go down a spiral staircase. The door above clangs shut. You hear what sounds like an avalanche above you. Okay. That'll get us there. All right. That's the 2A situation. Is it? Where's the? Let's find the downstairs one. Is it? Okay, this one. 2H exits. Let's find 3. Okay, interesting. This has a way down to 3. Okay, no puzzles, no exits. This is really a TBD description. Okay, we'll just get that far enough. And if we run, I don't know if we can see anything different. Well, let's go to this room. Yeah, we see the door. That's going to be 5. But there's nothing to tell you what to do, and you haven't solved 3 puzzles yet. But I would like to make it. Well, a first step would be the rooms with way downs just let you go down, and they're structured to make it so you don't go back. There's no exit back up the stairs, and we don't have to enforce the count just yet. So I think what we need is another section that's like go through the door on the floor, or go down a level, and a button that says go down. Let's add a section for that. Okay, and yeah, so we're back in main. Okay, so guessing is more complicated now. What we need is a new go down of action, and because we're putting in a button. So all right, so our current setup is the set of all sections. You've got a scene, which is the picture and the description. You potentially have dialogues. I mean, if there are dialogues, we show them. The formatting is automatic, but it's a little weird. I think if I take this out and save, it always puts the line before else. Okay. And if I put the line here, I would want to make that readable. No, it doesn't like that. Okay. Supposedly it's Elm style formatting, so I will stick with it and get used to it. All right. Show the scene. If there's dialogue, show it. If there's a puzzle, show it. Show the doors. And now we're going to say, show the way down. All right. And this is if when do we show it? Well, we're only going to show it if the room has a way down. Okay. So if the state, well, if it has a way down, then show it. All right. So I guess we need state. Well, let's work from the other way around. Let's start at the bottom and go from there. Okay. So the test for that, room test. Room knows a dialogue. Okay. Room says this. Room knows when it has no way down. All right. Okay, so if we say room dot has way down of a sample room, let's take what room we got. Sample room. Well, we got a room with no way down. Let's make. Oh, well, sample room has no way down, so that's fine. Room has way down. It should be false. With a capital. All right, so has way down we don't have yet. Has way down is going to take, it really just takes the room and it answers the question. Now, I don't know, some of these, when, in a way it's not a great thing to have these Booleans here, right? They're sort of just for the dialogues, and maybe they should be up at a different level. If you ask me for the way down, you get a maybe name. Okay. Oops. That's okay. But anyway, let's get it failing. Has way down equals true. What? What's your problem? Require room goes to bool, found a bool. Oh. We're going to ignore the room. Okay, test should fail. Because it thinks it has a way down when it doesn't. All right. We're due for a new break, so let's take a 2-minute break. We'll come back down. We'll get this flag or property working. We'll add a section to the main to show it, and then we can start working on actually transitioning down. All right, see you in 2 minutes. Hey, welcome back. All right, so we got the one case done where it doesn't have a way down. We lied about it. This thing, well, let's generalize this. So has way down of room. Okay. If we look at room dot way down of, if it's nothing, it should be false. And if it's true, if it's maybe, name, next level name, next level room name, we should return, well, we should return true, but let's just do this. Okay, what's my problem? Indentation? No. These names seem close. Oh, not maybe, just. I don't care what it is at this point. All right, should pass still? Yes. All right. Now, let's do the opposite. Room knows when it has a way down. We expect true. But we're going to change this to sample room, where way down equals just down. Okay, and pipe that in to way down. So if you take the sample room, you give it a way down and ask about it, it should come up with the right answer. All right. So save that. It should fail. Change this to true. See, I'm still in shock. I feel like maybe should somehow answer the question like, do you have anything? There should be a Boolean. But I'm looking for a Boolean function, and I don't have one. Like, ugh. Okay. I don't know what I can do. Can I extend these things or something? But it seems like a very natural question. Maybe dot has value. I don't know. It doesn't extend anything or anything like that somehow. No. Okay. So now we know whether we have a value. Let's use that information. Oh, well, let's use it. The game should be able to tell us if the current room has a value. Okay. Has a way down. All right. So let's do a game test. This test. I'm gonna invoke my right to just not do this. Has way down is room name to game. Has way down of room name and game is. We're gonna have to find. There ought to be some sort of way to do this better. Not has dialogue, but has way down. I don't know. I'm so bored writing the code. It's like I'm going to trust room has way down to do its job because I did test that. But doing the lookup and all that stuff, I don't know. We're gonna refactor that one of these days. I'll bite the bullet and figure it out. Okay. And then this thing, state's going to do the same kind of thing. Have a way down, room name and state. And this goes to game dot has way down and state dot game. Okay. Again, it's just passing through. And that's so annoying, and yet I don't have a better way. I mean, the other way is I go navigating, and I don't want to do that. Okay, so I'm a little unclear on how I want to do things. All right, but I do know this. I want to say if state dot has way down for model, then well, yeah, how about show way down with model? And that's a new method I'm going to define here. Show way down takes a model to an HTML message, and it looks like this. All right, now it looks like this. Okay. Wow. Oh, sure you were else. Text empty is just a placeholder kind of thing. State has way down model. What's the His way down. I guess this should just be state. Basically, if the current room is a way down. All right, test pass. Let's run it. And I'm hoping, I'm expecting, more to the point, when I come in here, I don't have anything about ways down. When I come in here, I don't have anything about ways down, but I have everything in place. So let's push it through. Okay. It's going to look a lot like doors. Let's see, is it? It's probably more similar to doors. Okay, let's take this. How do you show a way down? When you know it exists. Okay. All right, buttons. So the state, this should be wayDown dot header. And we'll put that in our translation up here. Do you want to go the next level? How about to the next level? All right. We'll show that. And then class navigation buttons. Well, buttons came from mess. I think we really want this more than anything. Okay. It's not a full... I don't think I need the div. I'm just trying to put something in for now. I'm gonna force it just to get things moving here. State with known room is room name in mono. I'm gonna push it again. What's the matter here? I think I took parens off. Button takes two parameters. There's one. Image class ends there. Nothing ends that. I think. Okay. Can I get the whole thing on? That ends the image. That's that. That's the image. I guess I needed this. And the button. Button, and then that. Okay, this in div that button takes this in an image. Found a list. Oh, there's only one button. Issue a message. Found list unknown. Button. Oh, come on. Something went wrong. Save. List of buttons. All right. Ugh. And let's, whoops. Okay, we have no exit here. We have an exit here. All right, it should be. Oh, that is correct. There's 2A. We've come down the stairs, and there are 2 doors exiting the room. Okay, and you can go back to here or back to here, over to here. Yeah, I think that's kind of working. All right. So, what do we got to do here? Well, one thing is, I want the button. This name has to come from somewhere. Yeah, the image should be. Well, I guess that's the issue. We don't tell you. We don't have an easy way to answer what's the way down for a state or a game or a room. I guess room. Well, even room. Yeah, we can get a maybe from the room. All right. Yeah, I think that's okay. If you have an unknown, that's sort of an error. I'm sorry, if you have a nothing, and I think we can just return unknown in game. I don't know. That's not ideal, maybe, but it's kind of like it can't happen. So why are we? How far do we want to fuss with it? Okay, one click go to. Yeah, that's okay. I mean, we're not enforcing. We want to reset the answers and stuff like that when you go down a level, but we're not dealing with that yet. Let's get this thing class equals nav button. Now, where's our CSS? I thought nav button. Oh, we didn't. I guess navigation is the centering thing. Okay, div class equals navigation buttons. Let's do class navigation. All right. Go here. Yeah. Let's put this in a div. Div class equals navigation. And the list of stuff is button. Right. Okay. So, yeah, what we've done then is if the thing is a navigation, we pretend it's a go-to. I mean, we treat it like a go-to. And we go where we show the room for where it is and we go to it. Now we're getting this go-to from the wrong place. So let's go back to room. Has wayDown. We can get maybe a room name from that directly. So let's give game a wayDown test or method. Starting with a test. Okay. And I kind of like leaving the JSON on the bottom, so let me do that. So, the test is game knows the way down if it exists. All right, and lambda nothing. Oops, lambda nothing. Okay. So we want to take a room that has a wayDown. And I think we can take our default game. Let's go see that thing. Yeah, we need to replace this with a room that knows the way down. Okay. Take default game. Modify the map. We'll map room to, well, let's take unknown room. All right, and yes, that's getting a bit too crazy. Let's pull this one out. The room with the way down is, and then in I messed up. Okay, let something. Oh, got a back quote. All right, have we messed up? Room with wayDown equals unknown room with wayDown equals just wayDown. Okay. We expect it to equal wayDown. Default game. If we pipe that to game.wayDown, we expect it to equal wayDown. It doesn't exist yet. All right, take the default game, map room to room with wayDown, ask for the wayDown, you expect to get the wayDown. Okay, and then game here has wayDown. You give me the room name and the game. I'll give you a string. You look up the room name. Pipe it to room.wayDown. Whoops, room. Pipe it to .wayDown. The type should be wrong. String found. Instead, we got our maybe room name. Well, room name and string are the same, so it's not as bad as it could be, but I think we have to do let room equal, look up room this in room.wayDown, but we have to worry about our cases. Of, well, one possibility is nothing, and we're going to return, I don't know what. Well, actually, we're going to return unknown. And just wayDown room, we're going to return wayDown room. Okay. And this, we've done this before. I don't know if there's a better way. I mean, in general, you don't want to start shoving defaults in for everything. I mean, that's why we've got the maybes in the first place. But then there's going to be some point where we just have to do something, and I think that's what this is. All right, what's your problem? Game does not expose a wayDown variable. Oh, it's the room name. Okay, so the default game.wayDown. I guess I expect it to pass. Oh, there it is. Okay, like always optimist. Okay, so we're doing this. Let's do the error case or the default value. And just to make sure we're not cheating here, all right, this is a good place. Let's go to main. All right, so, I guess that's game we did. Game.wayDown takes a room name in a game. Room name in a game. What's wrong with that? Oh, I gotta define it. Jeez. wayDown. State equals that. Now we can use it. Okay. State.knownRoom. Known room. What does that mean? Well, that string is really state.wayDown for state. wayDown for state. Model. And this 2A here, let's see what state.knownRoom is. Well, that's kind of the same thing. Oh, well, let's pull this down. Let wayDownRoom equal this. State wayDownRoom. This should be the known. This gets the image. But we don't need the state room stuff. Don't think. Game.image wayDownRoom. state wayDown model gives us a string. Game.image, I thought, took a string. Game.image. Oh, takes also this stuff. Okay. Now, we don't have 2A in our code anymore, so yeah, to the next level. Here's the spiral staircase. And it better go to room 2A, and it does. Okay. That's great. All right. Let's see what we've done here. Can't change the level until a condition is met. Well, we actually did something different, didn't we? We did show wayDown for rooms that have it. All right, and that meant we added the text for it, and we did the stuff to kind of dig it out of that field, of the room when we needed it. And now we show it. We've got the screen. Yeah. Okay, so I think that's good. It's like I ran over the top of the hill and I'm still running. No, I think we've done what we needed to there. What else should happen though is next time, well, one of these two things, but don't change levels until a condition is met. I also want to say reset solved games when you change a level. Okay, so you can't change until you meet the condition, and then when you do change, you start over on your counting. All right, so that means you have to solve 5, say, on each level, not 10 on one level and 0 on the second one. Okay, show locks for secret doors only after you solve the puzzle. I'm going to take this end guesses thing out because I just don't think I care. Rejected stories at most end guesses. Okay, so can't change the level till the condition is met. We'll need to process that condition somewhere and reset, change a level. So right now we do a go to, but I think we probably need to do a new message that clears the count when you change. So we will pick up there next time, which is Friday, 1 to 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're on that in the U.S. now, so we'll be back there then. So thanks for joining me today. Hope I can catch you in the future, and have a good rest of your weekend and a good week, I hope. Thanks. Bye-bye.